Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the GCU Softball Stadium for Game 3 between the Dixie State Trailblazers and the Grand Canyon University Antelopes. I'm Kyle Borg alongside Cheyenne Rose. And Cheyenne, these two sides met yesterday for both games of the doubleheader, and both teams ended up winning a game apiece.
Yeah, you could say that it was completely different from Game 1 and Game 2. Trailblazers took Game 1 11-0, and then the Lopes came back, putting that 4 spot up in the 4th inning, starting with that solo home run from Lily Bishop and giving her team the momentum that they needed in that 4th inning. But even in all of the WAC, each team took one and lost one yesterday. So WAC standings actually stayed the same, Kyle.
They did, and now how can the Lopes have a repeat performance of game number 2 from yesterday with the Sanderson Ford 3 keys to the game?
So the first key to the game is take the day. As we mentioned, Lopes took one, Trailblazers took one yesterday. So the Lopes are going to look to have a repeat performance from game number 2. They had some amazing defensive plays to help out their pitching, so they'll need to do that again today here against the Trailblazers. And then consistency. The Lopes have had good and bad games all season, and we saw that difference in game 1 and game 2, as you mentioned. So the Lopes will need to find their rhythm here in this one and try to set their consistency here to get this game going. And then early and often, the Lopes will need to get their offense going early in this game. Saw them, again, score those 4 runs in the 4th inning with that shot from Lily Bishop. But before that, the Lopes were scoreless for 14 and a third innings. So the Lopes are going to need to find answers to the Trailblazer pitching fast early and often as they can.
Well, the Dixie State Trailblazers have been introduced. The Lopes non-starters are being introduced, so let's get you down to the field with the public address announcer for the rest of the Lopes starting lineup and then the national anthem.
Hambrick. Number 21, Caitlin Lavis. Number 23, Ryan Denhart. And number 35, Jaylene Capu. Fans, here is the starting lineup for your Grand Canyon University Antelopes. Batting first, the left fielder, number 24, Gianna Nicoletti. Batting second, the right fielder, number 18, Tabitha Dyer. Batting third, your shortstop, number 3, Angeli Aguilar-Bocage. Batting fourth in center field, number 20, Kristen Byfield. Batting fifth, playing first base, number 27, Lily Bishop. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 26, Savannah Tourville. Batting seventh, the designated player, number 51, Daisy Taloa. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 5, Kaylee Dietrich. And batting ninth for your Lopes, the second baseman, number 47, Jordan Pearson. In the circle for GCU, number 2, Lexi Coons. The assistant coaches for your Lopes, Mandy Gardner, Chelsea Brorman, and Nova Siegel, your head coach, and Pearson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
As we get set for game number 3 of this 3-game series, the rubber match on a Saturday afternoon in Phoenix. Let's take a look at the Talking Stick Resort starting lineup for the visitors, the Dixie State Trailblazers. Not a ton of changes from game 2 yesterday. In fact, it's pretty much the same exact lineup. Hannah Eubanks will lead off. Shea Clements will bat second. Number 3 will be Megan Anders. In the cleanup spot, Michaela Thompson. The DH batting 5th, Oakley Trapp. The left fielder batting 6th, Mallory Eldridge. And the 7, 8, and 9 batters to round out the order, Casey Crawford, Miley Maletta, and Kirsten Quigley. As the Lopes take the field, their starting pitcher in the circle today will be the person credited with shutting down the Dixie State Trailblazers offense in the 7th inning yesterday and picking up the save in 2/3 of an inning yesterday. Lexi Coons will be in the circle for Grand Canyon on her season. She is making her 5th start. She's 2-3 this year. A 7.33 ERA, 2 complete games, and the save that I just mentioned. 28 2/3 innings of work, 58 hits, 37 runs. 30 of those 37 have been earned. She's walked 16 and struck out 15. The opponents are batting .367 against the Lope starter today. They finish up their warm-up. So Cheyenne, we talked about it a little bit earlier. These two teams split yesterday. Top 4 battle in the WAC. The standings after the second game yesterday didn't change. They changed a little bit in between. Seattle held first place for all of about 2 hours.
Yeah, Seattle won that game. Lopes lost it, so a little bit of switch up there. But as I mentioned, every team that played yesterday won 1, lost 1. So WAC standings staying the same. So the WAC standing in first is still the Lopes. So Lopes looking to do that as we see the WAC standings there. GCU 5-3 overall, keeping them in first place in the WAC standings.
Followed by Seattle, New Mexico State, and these Dixie State Trailblazers. And then number 5 is California Baptist, who the Lopes will play next weekend. And then Tarleton State and Utah Valley rounding out the WAC standings. Hannah Eubanks settles in. She will lead off for the Trailblazers of Dixie State. Lexi Coons will get ready to deliver the first pitch. There it is. It's outside on the fastball. And the count is now 1 ball and no strikes to the leadoff batter, who is batting a team best .407 on the season. That's Hannah Eubanks. This is her 36th start in her 36th game on the season. Started and played in every single Dixie State game this year. 1-0 is in for a strike.
Well, Eubanks was the kryptonite for the Lopes yesterday. Was perfect in game number 1, almost perfect in game number 2. Finally was able to retire her, but definitely will need to set her down early here in this one.
Here is the 1-1 to Eubanks. It's in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. Yesterday in game number 1, Hannah Eubanks did go 3 for 3, like you mentioned, including a double and a home run. Along with a single, she had 2 RBIs, scored 3 times. 2-1 is in for a strike, and the count is even 2 balls and 2 strikes. And then in game 2, Eubanks just 2 for 3, but had a bases clearing 3 RBI double along with a walk for her. So a very good day, 5 for 6 with a walk. 2-2. Dietrich couldn't quite keep it in the zone, tried to frame it, and the count goes full to the leadoff batter. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Dixie State in the red jerseys today with the white pants. Lopes in the all black. Three-two on the way as off speed. Oh, and they walked her. Phenomenal off-speed stuff there from Lexi Coons, just missing the corner. Brings up number 2, Shea Clements, with nobody out. And a runner on first in the top of inning number 1. First pitch to Clements is a bunt. It's popped up. Dietrich will catch it, call off Coons, and Eubanks will have to stay put. So now 1 away.
Number 24, the second baseman, Megan Anders.
Megan Anders will now step in. Batting third today, number 24, with 1 away here. We'll see if Lexi Coons can retire her as well. Just retired the catcher Clements. Pitches outside for a ball.
Game 2 yesterday, Anders was 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts.
Including a strikeout to end the game from Lexi Coons. Preserving the Lopes' 4-3 win in Game 2 yesterday. Here's the 1-0 outside. 2 balls and no strikes to the Dixie State second baseman. Two-0 from Coons. Grounded foul. .91 degrees at the start of this inning here outside.
Hot 91 degrees, Kyle. It is.
No clouds in sight. There will be 0 shade for these players here in this afternoon series finale. Winner takes the series, and it goes a long way in the WAC standings. The 2-1. Swung on and missed. Coons works her way back even. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday, Kyle, how important this series was in WAC standings, and we saw a little bit of shift after the Lopes lost, but came back and evening things out, and the Lopes still stand in first in WAC, but still a big
2-2 on the outside corner. Ringer up. Out number 2.
But today's a big game for both of these teams as far as WAC standings go.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the Lopes defense, how they line up. Kaylee Dietrich's the catcher. Bishop plays first, Pearson at second, Aguilar, Bocage in the hole at short, Torville at third, outfield from left to right, Nicoletti, Fifield, and Dyer. Here's a fly ball out towards Tabitha Dyer in right. Ranges over, she'll make the grab, and they will strand Eubanks at first after the leadoff walk, so no damage done, and the Lopes will get ready to come to bat in the bottom of the first. They will send Nicoletti, Dyer, and Aguilar Bocage to the plate.
Grand Canyon University, a Christian university, is one of the largest and fastest growing universities in the country. GCU offers 270 dynamic academic programs with modern apartment-style living, classrooms, labs, restaurants, and more. Located in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona, GCU's vibrant community and expansive campus is ranked top 20 for best college campuses in America. My university integrates the free market system with a welcoming Christian worldview perspective into its academic programs and throughout campus life, so you can put your faith into action and help transform communities. GCU campus students received over $157 million in scholarships in 2020, and many students attend GCU for less than the cost of a state university. Visit gcu.edu/myoffer to see the scholarships you qualify for. Admissible high school seniors can schedule a free visit from anywhere in the country. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/myoffer.
No score after half an inning of work. The Lopes getting ready for their first at-bat of the game, and in the circle for Dixie State, it is the woman who gave the Lopes the most trouble yesterday, Carissa Burgess. She had a complete game, a shutout in the 11-0 win on the season. She's now 11-9. This is her 19th start. She's thrown 10 complete games, including a shutout, a 4.36 ERA, 114 innings of work, 141 hits, 97 runs, 71 of them given up, 47 walks to go alongside 85 strikeouts, and the opponents are batting .290 against Burgess. The Lopes will start with Nicoletti, who will lead things off, followed by Dyer and Aguilar, Bocage. Those are your 1, 2, and 3 batters in the Lopes lineup. First pitch from Burgess is a strike. Oh, 1 now to the Lopes leadoff batter. She'll pull back from the bunt. She'll slap one through the hole and gets picked up by Quigley and on to first for Thompson to retire Gianna Nicoletti. Now let's take a look at the Lopes Talking Stick Resort starting lineups. Nicoletti just led off. Tabitha Dyer steps in. Angeli Aguilar Bocage will bat third. Kristen Fifield in the 4th spot. Lily Bishop will bat 5th. Torville will bat 6th, and then the 7, 8, and 9 batters, Daisy Taloa, Kaylee Dietrich, and Jordan Pearson to round out the Lopes order. First pitch is a strike to Tabitha Dyer, who is in right field for the Lopes this afternoon. Also for a strike on the second, and it's 0-2. Carissa Burgess yesterday, complete 6 innings, only allowed 3 hits. Walked 2, struck out 5 Lopes. She faced 23 batters.
Yeah, the Lopes didn't have any answers for her yesterday, looking to get something going here.
0-2, misses inside.
With this being the second time that the Lopes are seeing Burgess.
See how the Lopes fare against Carissa Burgess the second go time around here. Fouled off. Count will remain a ball and 2 strikes. Dyer batting just .302 on the season. This is her 27th start of the year. The 1-2. Outside, missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tabitha's got 19 hits on the season. To go along with 12 runs scored, 7 RBIs. She'll poke one out to left. There to make the grab is Eldridge, and that's out number 2. Let's take a look how Dixie State lines up defensively. Shea Clements will catch again for Dixie State. Thompson at first, Anders at second. In the hole as short as Quigley. Maletta at third. Outfield from left to right, Eldridge, Eubanks, Crawford. And that is the Dixie State defensive lineup. That brings up Angeli Aguilar Bocage, trying to get the Lopes offense started. First pitch to her is outside and away for a ball. Tucson, Arizona native and a freshman on this Lopes roster. She had a good day yesterday in the 2 games. A couple of hits for her in game 1. She'll fight that one off, and umpire's going to say that it hit her foot before rolling fair. The count goes to a ball and a strike.
Bocage is one of 2 Lopes who were able to get a hit against Burgess yesterday. She actually recorded 2 of the 3 hits yesterday.
Then had a hit in game 2 as well. 1-1. She'll fight that one off as well, fouled away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Or 1 ball and 2 strikes, excuse me, to Bocage. Burgess taking a long look in. Here is the 1-2. Aguilar Bocage sends a blooper into left, and it's going to get down for a base hit single. And the Lopes have a base runner with 2 outs. So that extends the inning for Grand Canyon. A nice hit from Angeli Aguilar Bocage. Brings up the Lopes center fielder, Kristen Fifield. Fifield will foul one away. Oh, 1. Fifield sends that the opposite way as well. It's down for a single, and now there's 2 aboard for the Lopes as Aguilar Bocage moves over to second. So with just 3 hits yesterday against Burgess, Lopes have 2 here in the first inning. Brings up Lily Bishop, the first baseman for Grand Canyon. She hit a home run in game 2 to start the scoring for the Lopes and end a 19-inning scoreless streak. Bishop, ground ball in the hole at short. In time, Bishop can't quite beat it out as Quigley will throw over to Thompson. So the Lopes strand a couple. No score at the end of 1. It's 0-0. Dixie State coming to the plate with their 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the top of inning number 2.
When life seems uncertain, there's one credit union that provides both dollars and cents. Copper State Credit Union. With solutions that focus on our members, you can take advantage of competitive rates, free cashback checking, and local attentive service. Uplifting our community is a standard we live by. That's why thousands of your Arizona neighbors rely on us. Strengthening Arizona families through financial empowerment. That's Copper State Credit Union.
When I think back on graduation day, it's such a special moment. Walking across the stage, hearing your name called. I think I would really regret not walking. I think being able to finish out a long college experience with an awesome moment like graduation is really special.
If I hadn't decided to walk that day, I think I'd regret not having that sense of closure and accomplishment for that huge chapter in my life.
My name's Noah and I graduated in 2015.
My name is Lauren and I graduated in 2016.
Herff Jones, by your side.
Ready for inning number 2. No score between the Trailblazers and the Lopes as Lexi Coons will come back out for inning number 2. It'll bring up the designated hitter Oakley Trapp, the 5 batter for Dixie State, followed by Mallory Eldridge and then Casey Crawford as the 3 due up in the inning. First pitch of inning number 2. Misses. Count is 1 ball and no strikes. Trapp just 1 for 5 yesterday in the 2 games, but that 1 hit was a 3-run home run, which launched Dixie State out to a 4-0 lead in game number 1. Hitless in game 2 as J.C. Hambrick pitched a gem of a game, and Lexi Coons came in and ended the final 2/3 of an inning. There's the first strike of the at-bat. 2 balls and 1 strike. Trap 385 average on the year. That's second best on this Dixie State side. That home run she had yesterday was her first. That's also in for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The designated hitter for Dixie State now has a 2-ball, 2-strike count, and we'll get time called. So Coons gets the strikeout, and there's 1 away. So before that 3rd strike was thrown, the umpire called an illegal movement on Lexi Coons. Not exactly sure why up here in the booth, but the count went full, but it didn't really matter because Lexi Coons was able to get a swinging strikeout. Fouled off. Brings up the left fielder, Mallory Eldridge. Colorado native in the red shirt, junior outfielder for the Trailblazers of Dixie State. A 1. In for a strike on the off speed.
Eldridge yesterday in game number 1 was 1 for 3 with an RBI, and that 1 hit was a triple. Then game number 2, again 1 for 3. Nothing really happened there, but 2 for 6 on the day was Eldridge.
The 0-2 is fouled away. Count will remain no balls and 2 strikes. Misses on the 0-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One, 2 on the way. Coons. Outside corner. Missed it.
Nice work by Dietrich there trying to frame it up, but home plate umpire not taking it.
Mallory Eldridge in her 4th year with this Dixie State program as that one's popped up. Bishop's going to come over and claim it. And there's 2 away.
The right fielder, number 23, Casey Crawford.
Brings up Casey Crawford. In for a strike. Lexi Coons looking to go 1, 2, 3 here in the top of the 2nd. Missed on that one, however. Coons is settled, and she'll deliver the 1-1. Two balls and a strike. 2 outs here in the top of inning number 2. Ooh, the off speed just missing on the inside.
That was a good pitch there from Coons, and Dietrich doing her best to try and frame it, but again, home plate umpire not taking it for the Lopes.
3-1. Walked her. So second walk in as many innings for Lexi Coons. This is to the right fielder, Casey Crawford. Which brings up Miley Maletta, the third baseman. First pitch to Maletta is fouled away for a strike. Maletta stands at just 5'1". The California native and a sophomore playing third base. In for a strike. 0-2 goes the count. Her team in high school finished as the #1 ranked high school team in the nation. That was the Norco High School Cougars. She's a Norco, California native. Here's the 0-2. Fouled away, count will remain, no balls and 2 strikes. Appeared in 20 games in a shortened season last year. Didn't necessarily do a whole lot. This year she's batting .286 coming into today. Came in as a sub in game 1 yesterday and then started game 2. We'll start here today. That one's outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the 8 batter for Dixie State. One, two. Runner goes. Throw down by Dietrich. Pearson applying the tag, and it's in time. They get Casey Crawford to end the inning. Nobody comes across to score, and they will not strand anybody as that will end inning number 2, the top half. Let's go to the bottom half where the Lopes send 6, 7, and 8 to the plate.
Once you've been to hell and back, there's not much left to fear. When the boogeyman goes to sleep at night, he checks under his bed for me. Have you ever wondered who Waldo's hiding from? Me. Not even the Cougars of LA are enough to scare me. But if I get into an accident, I'm calling the boss. Sweet James. If you've been hurt, don't back down. Call Sweet James.
From reimagining the way you work to reassessing what you need, you've changed the way you do business. And now, so have we. With no annual contracts and flexible internet and voice solutions, you'll have what you need to get back to business. Rethink, reconnect, reimagine. Switch to Cox Business today.
Ready for the bottom of inning number 2. Savannah Torville, Daisy Taloa, and Kaylee Dietrich, the 6, 7, and 8 batters. It's a junior, a freshman, and a senior. They are due up for Grand Canyon. Burgess allowed 2 hits with 2 outs in the bottom of inning number 1, but the Lopes couldn't plate anybody as Lily Bishop was retired to end the inning on a ground out to the shortstop, Quigley. So let's see what Savannah Torville can do in the leadoff spot for Grand Canyon. She'll send a pop-up into foul territory, and it's over the head of Maletta, and it falls. And the count is no balls and 1 strike. Torville playing third base for the Lopes today. Now, she's done quite a bit this season, including all day yesterday.
Had some great plays yesterday over there at third.
A couple of web gems for her. Could see her on the Whack Top Plays next week. That one misses. 1 ball and 1 strike. Torville, 319 on the season. That's third best on the team. She is one of 4 players to play and start in all 37 games to this point now. Grounded, and Anders will flip to Thompson to retire Torville. And there's 1 away. Brings up the designated hitter, Daisy Taloa. She pinch hit in game 2 yesterday for Jordan Pearson and went 0 for 1. This just her 18th start on the season, be her 27th game played. That clips the outside corner. Taloa just a 196 average on the season. 11 hits. 8 RBIs for her. As Clements and Burgess want to talk things over. As the umpire goes out to break it up. Owen misses outside, trying to stay away from Taloa at the moment. They've pitched 2 straight to the outside part of home plate. So Taloa, she's got 3 extra base hits on the year. All 3 of them have been doubles. 1-1. She'll send one deep and foul towards the Lopes batting cages. A ball and 2 strikes.
Taloa and Dietrich are the only 2 in the Lopes batting order today that have not seen Burgess yet. So Taloa getting her first look at her here today.
1-2 from Burgess. Slapped the other way, but fouled it off into the netting. Count will remain a ball and 2 strikes. Lopes freshman, or one of the Lopes freshmen, a very good freshman class for Grand Canyon. Again, Taloa in the DH spot here this afternoon. Here is the 1-2. Taloa pops it up behind home plate, and it gets off into the net. And a 3rd straight foul ball for her. Count will stay again. A ball and 2 strikes to the 7-hole hitter here for the Lopes this afternoon. Lopes 2 for 6 as a team to this point. Oh for 5 is Dixie State on the offensive side. Here's one of the 1-2 again, outside, missed. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 away here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Here is the 2-2. Popped up, that's going to get out of play. Fouled away again, so another 2-2 pitches coming to Taloa. Ground ball again into the short hole at Quigley, and she'll fire to Thompson for out number 2. This is where the Lopes picked up back-to-back singles into left field. Back in the first with 2 outs. It's the third put out of the day for Quigley at short. She had 2 back in the first. Brings up the Lopes catcher, Kaylee Dietrich. Senior from Gilbert, Arizona, settles in. She'll swing at the first pitch. It's grounded. Maleta at third. Over to Thompson. 1-2-3 inning for the Lopes. Carissa Burgess sits them down in order. It is still a scoreless 0-0 game as Dixie State will come to the plate in the top of inning number 3.
Joel Embiid is unhappy.
Like, really unhappy.
Because the internet keeps using not-so-amazing GIFs to react to his amazing highlights. Mountain Dew presents the Joel Embiid Deserves Better Reactions GIF Collection.
Now I'm so happy.
Inning number 3 in a scoreless rubber match between Dixie State and the Lopes of Grand Canyon. The Lopes sit atop the WAC leaderboard in first place at 5-3 in WAC play. Dixie State in fourth at an even 4-4 in Western Athletic Conference action. So Maleta will come back up with a fresh count. She was down 1-2 before Casey Crawford was caught stealing to end inning number 2. So she will come back to the plate here to lead us off in inning number 3. So 8-9, and then the order will flip back over as Hugh Banks is in the hole. She's due up third in this inning. Miley Maleta takes the first pitch for a ball. Plays all over the infield, but at third base today. She'll slap one the other way into the Lopes bullpen area, and it's a 1-1 count now here in inning number 3. Kuhn settles in. Here is the 1-1 pitch. Slapped the other way, but foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Looks like we're gonna have a pinch hitter in the middle of this at bat.
So 1 out here as Maleta was out of the box when she made contact with the ball. So she is out officially. That will bring up the shortstop, Quigley. First pitch to Kirsten Quigley is a strike. Sends that foul. The ball's and 2 strikes. Outside, missed with the ball. The ball in 2 strikes as Quigley bats .260 on the year. Again, another one of these Trailblazers that has played and started in every single game. This will be her 36th start, 36th game played on the year. One of 6 Trailblazers that has done that this year. And now after being down 0-2, count is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the shortstop, Kirsten Quigley. One of 3 seniors in this Dixie State starting lineup this afternoon. Coons delivers 2-2. It's popped up. Out to Angeli Aguilar-Bocage at short. There are 2 away. That'll bring up Hannah Eubanks. Eubanks walked in her first plate appearance. In for a strike. Two away here in the top of inning number 3. No score between Dixie State and Grand Canyon. Oh, 1. Also in for a strike. Another great pitch from Lexi Coons. She's settling into a groove now. No balls and 2 strikes. Oh, 2 outside. A ball and 2 strikes now to the center fielder and the leadoff batter for Dixie State. One, 2. Evens it out. 2 balls and 2 strikes as that one was off the plate and outside to Hannah Eubanks.
Mentioned Eubanks was able to get on base all but 1 time against the Lopes combined yesterday and today. That one shot straight to Savannah Torville at third, being the only time she was retired.
2-2 is fouled away. She's looking to extend this top of the third for her team and bring up Shea Clements, who stands in the on-deck circle. But there are 2 away here in inning number 3. Two.
Nice catch
Foul
there
away
from the coach of Dixie State.
Torville couldn't quite get there to snag it in foul territory, so we'll do the 2-2 again. And there's the base hit into left field. Nicoletti will pick it up and fire it back in. And there's 1 aboard with 2 away. First hit for Dixie State here this afternoon.
The catcher, Shea Clements.
Shea Clements is due back up. Shea Clements went to lay down a bunt and move Hannah Eubanks over back in inning number 1, but ended up popping up to Kaylee Dietrich. Throw down to first, not in time. In for a strike on the outside, half of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike now is the count, Shea Clements. One. Outside. Couldn't quite find the zone. 2 balls and a strike. Clements going to look to extend the inning as well, just like Hannah Eubanks did moments ago. 2-1. In for a strike. Two balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the top of inning number 3. Still no score between these two sides. Two. Full. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three-two. Fouled opposite side into right field, so a full count will stay. We'll do it again. Kuhn settles in. We'll take a look into the sign from Kaylee Dietrich. Eubank stands on first. Here is the payoff. It'll be a walk. Megan Anders is due up here. She struck out looking back in inning number 1. So 3 walks now for Alexi Coons. 1 in each inning.
Lopes just looking to get out of this inning with any trouble coming across the plate. Of course, the 2 runners on, 1 in scoring position. Trying to just get that last out and get back up to the plate for the bottom half of this inning.
Ground ball right at Pearson. She'll flip on to short as Aguilar Bocage will step on the bag. And that will do it for inning number 3. Lopes coming to the plate, looking to take a lead with no score, as we'll step aside before getting to the bottom half of this 3rd inning.
When life seems uncertain, there's one credit union that provides both dollars and cents. Copper State Credit Union. With solutions that focus on our members, you can take advantage of competitive rates, free cashback checking, and local attentive service. Uplifting our community is a standard we live by. That's why thousands of your Arizona neighbors rely on us. Strengthening Arizona families through financial empowerment. That's Copper State Credit Union.
How does a chicken sandwich become a Whataburger spicy chicken sandwich? Is it by slathering it in a fiery sauce or adding some crazy hot toppings? Nah. If the chicken in a chicken sandwich wants to be spicy, it has to come from the inside. By marinating it in spices, frying it up, then cooling it off with fresh veggies, all on a new brioche bun. Good thing flavor can come from within. Good thing there's the new limited-time spicy chicken sandwich at Whataburger.
GCU fans, if you haven't already, it's time to download the Lope Nation app. Watch GCU home sporting events directly from your app, receive personalized news and score updates for your favorite Lopes teams. Follow the Lopes closer than ever with scores, schedules, stories, and more. And even more perks will be coming soon. Search GCU Athletics in your phone's app store or download the GCU Athletics app now at gculopes.com/app.
Jordan Pearson's due up. Pearson fouls one off to start the inning. Oh, 1 quickly to Jordan Pearson. Lopes lineup getting ready to flip over for the first time today. Nicoletti and Dyer, the other two, due up in the inning. That pitch in for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes. Goes the count, so we will see what happens here as Burgess has surrendered 2 hits. Both came back in the first inning. Only 3 hits between the two sides today. Outside goes that one, and it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count to the Lopes second baseman, Jordan Pearson. Pearson fights that one off and fouls it away.
Pearson looking for her first hit against the Trailblazers in this series. 0 for 2 in game 1.
0 for 1 in game 2 as well. .234 average for Jordan Pearson on the year. 1-2 is fouled straight back into the screen. Pearson just 11 hits and 47 at-bats this season. Looking to get the Lopes started here in inning number 3, possibly even get the offense rolling to start the scoring. Holds off on that, and it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count for Jordan Pearson. Two is fouled away again. Pearson having a nice at-bat right here in this one. Two. Up high. Count goes full.
Nice job from Pearson. Not swinging for that. We saw the Lopes going for some high stuff yesterday against Burgess.
Payoff. Pearson flies one into center. On to make the grab is Eubanks, as the outfield was playing shallow, so Eubanks able to make the grab for out number 1.
The left fielder, number 24, Gianna.
They'll bring up Gianna Nicoletti. She is 0 for 1 today. Grounded out to Quigley at short. Thought it might get through the hole, but Quigley showed off some range. Nicoletti second in the WAC coming into today in batting average at .411. Right behind New Mexico's state leader, who bats .431 for the year. A beautiful bunt from Nicoletti. But we're going to get time called. It looks like that's going to be a foul ball. They'll say it hit Nicoletti in the box before. Yeah, it did. Good call from the first base umpire. It was a great bunt, though. Thing just kind of stopped about 4 feet in front of her.
Yeah, great work by Nicoletti. And, of course, if that wouldn't have hit her,
Now
would have
she'll
been safe.
pop it up, and Maletta's there in foul territory to make the grab. Now bring up Tabitha Dyer with 2 down.
The right fielder, number 18, Tabitha Dyer.
Dyer was the only other Lope to get a hit against Burgess yesterday. 1 for 2 in game 1.
And Maletta will field that one to the left of the circle and throw on to first. For out number 3. No score through 3 innings of play. Just about halfway through this one. Let's go to the top of the 4th on GCU TV.
It's time to get away. It's time to escape. It's a new day to play. Your retreat awaits at Talking Stick Resort. Indulge your appetite for excitement with our thrilling table games, our electrifying slots, our outstanding restaurants, and our exceptional accommodations. It's all waiting for you. It's a new day to play at Talking Stick Resort. Play in style.
When life seems uncertain, there's one credit union that provides both dollars and cents. Copper State Credit Union. With solutions that focus on our members, you can take advantage of competitive rates, free cashback checking, and local attentive service. Uplifting our community is a standard we live by. That's why thousands of your Arizona neighbors rely on us. Strengthening Arizona families through financial empowerment. That's Copper State Credit Union.
Ready for inning number 4. Lexi Coons will come out through 3 innings of work today for Lexi. She's allowed 1 hit, no runs. She's walked 3 while striking out a pair of Trailblazers, as Dixie State will send Thompson, Trapp, Eldridge to the plate. That's the heart of the order. 4, 5, and 6 are due up for Dixie State. First pitch to Thompson is fouled away. As Thompson will now go down quickly to no balls and a strike in the count. A 1. It's outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Thompson 0 for 1 on the afternoon. Flew out to Dyer in right field to end inning number 1. This is just her second plate appearance today. 1-1. It's fouled straight back into the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes goes the count. Thompson, a leader on this Dixie State team in multiple categories, including home runs. She's got 10 on the season. She's also second in the Western Athletic Conference for home runs with 10. The leader is 11 in WAC play. Fouled off again. The leader is from New Mexico State. That's Fapito. She's got 11 on the year. Lopes just saw New Mexico State in their last WAC series last weekend, lost 2 of 3, won the first game 8-6, and then lost the next 2, also hit 7 home runs in game number 1 of that series. 1-2 on the way. Another foul ball. That one will get well out of play.
Yeah, I saw a lot of home runs in that series against New Mexico State. Of course, the 7 in the game 1, as you mentioned, and then Fifield having her first multiple hit
Lopes had 9, 7 in game 1, and then the pair of home runs from Fifield in game 2. 1-2. That one's well out of play. That had enough probably to get out of here, but well foul from Thompson.
Yeah, that ball just sitting on the netting in the top part of the Lopes dugout over there.
1-2 from Lexi Coons. One hops in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Thompson 3 for 4 in game 1 with a pair of RBIs yesterday. Did not record a hit in game 2. That's popped up into shallow left field. Nicoletti going to have a long run at it, but she makes the grab.
Yeah, the speed from Nicoletti doing some work there to get out number 1 for the Lopes.
That'll bring up Oakley Trapp, the designated hitter and the 5 batter. She is 0 for 1 on the afternoon. One of the 2 Lexi Coons strikeout victims. Trapp checks the swing, and the pitch is too high, and it'll go 1 ball, no strikes. Looks like we're ready to go again now. Here we go, 1-0. Off speed. Missed high and inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Goes the count now here to Oakley Trapp. Just missed the zone, it looked like on that one. 3-0 is the count. Trapp came in today, 385. Batting average on the season here. First home run of the year yesterday was a 3-run blast. She's got 9 RBIs on the season as well. .30. 4th walk of the day for Lexi Coons. That one misses well inside. And now Trapp is aboard. We're going to get a pinch runner here for Oakley Trapp. It is Shaylee Jensen, number 33.
Pinch runner for Dixie State now on first base, number 33, Shaylee Jensen.
She pinch ran yesterday. In game number 1, she scored a run as part of those big innings for Dixie State in the 11-0 win. She came in to pinch run for Shea Clements. As Mallory Eldridge settles in. The 5th straight ball from Lexi Coons as the count is now 1-0 to the left fielder Mallory Eldridge. 0 for 1 on her afternoon. 1-0. Ripped right back up the middle just past the head of Lexi Coons, and that's going to be a single as Jensen will move to second. Eldridge is aboard to first, and that's just the 2nd hit surrendered by Lexi Coons today.
Yeah, both pitchers up to now have only each given up 2 hits. So Lopes 2 for 11, Trailblazers 2 for 11. The same 182 overall percentage.
Check swing appeal. Umpire said Casey Crawford didn't go. Let's take a look, see if she broke that front part of the plane. Yes, she did. You can tell by the replay right there. Take one more look at it, and right there's the strike. But a 1-0 count to Crawford. Lays one down. Torville over to first. They will retire Crawford anyway. And there's 2 away.
Now batting for Dixie State, number 25, Laura Lockhart.
So Laura Lockhart will check in. She will pinch hit for Miley Maletta. So Lockhart's first at-bat of the day. She started game 1 yesterday. That's in for a strike. In game 1, Lockhart 0 for 2 before being subbed out for Miley Maletta. Oh, 1 is outside. So on the season for Laura Lockhart, she bats .324 for the year. 12 hits, 37 at-bats. She's got a pair of extra base hits and 3 RBIs on her season. This is her 18th game played. That's in the dirt. Check swing. Umpire says she didn't go. Let's see if this one went around. That's closer than the last one.
Yeah, it's still, yeah, definitely closer than the last one, but regardless.
And check swings are never easy to determine as they go very fast. That's on the inside corner, so a little bit of a make-up pitch from Lexi Coons on that one to get the strike on the inside part of the plate, 2-2. Jensen sitting at third. Eldridge is on at second. It's a 2-ball, 2-strike count with 2 away here on the top of the 4th. This is the closest anybody's had to scoring, as there's a runner just 60 feet away for the Trailblazers of Dixie State as we get a timeout.
Yeah, the first time today that either team has had anyone on third base, Kyle.
And we'll get another break in the action as now the Lopes pitching staff wants to come out, talk things over. So 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 aboard here in the 4th inning for Dixie State, trying to break the deadlock of 0-0, which is where we stand right now. Both pitchers have been rolling so far. Both have only allowed 2 hits. Of course, Lexi Coons, the 4 walks, is a major difference as Dixie State has left 3 aboard and the Lopes have left just 2. Looks like we are about ready to go. Again, Lexi Coons is 1 strike away from getting out of a bit of a jam here. Pops that one up. Pearson going back on it. She'll make the grab, and that will retire the side here in inning number 4. No score between these two sides as we go to the bottom of the 4th on GCU TV.
About time you watched it.
Getting ready to trade it in. What are you doing?
Just a little shopping. Wait, a new truck. Don't you think I should be involved?
Of course. We'll head over to Sanderson Ford as soon as I'm done.
I don't have time today. Hope we're going with 4 doors this time.
Ooh, of course. I know exactly what I want. I mean, we want. A lightning blue Ford F-150 Super Crew with EcoBoost.
All done.
Shop from home, buy from home, we deliver. From the dealer you can trust, Sanderson Ford.
I would say to anybody considering maybe skipping graduation to spend a long time thinking about participating. I think it's a great opportunity to really take advantage of a moment that you only get once in your life. It's an opportunity to really experience something that highlights all the hard work that you've put in.
Not very many people get to experience that in their life. It's such an honor and a privilege to be able to do that, and I think the memories that come out of that are just incredible.
Herff Jones, by your side.
Ready to go for the bottom of inning number 4 in a scoreless deadlock between the visiting Trailblazers of Dixie State and the Grand Canyon University Lopes. If you're just joining us, I'm Kyle Bork alongside Cheyenne Rose. Haven't really missed a whole lot on the offensive side. If you're just now tuning in, just 2 hits apiece for both teams as Angeli Aguilar-Bocage will settle in 3-4-5. Are due up here for the Lopes. Swinging at the first pitch. It's under the glove of Milletta at third, but recovered by Quigley at short. Thrown on to first for the first out of inning number 4.
Yeah, you said it, Kyle. Not a lot missed offensively. Lopes and Trailblazers each only have 2 hits. Both of the Lopes hits have come with 2 outs.
Both came back in inning number 1. Fifield sends a high fly ball. That's into right field. It's going to be contained and caught by Crawford. And there are quickly 2 away on 2 pitches.
Well, that brings up Lily Bishop, who got the Lopes started scoring back in the bottom of the 4th in game number 2 yesterday with that solo shot. Looking to get something going for her team here in this one.
Let's see if Lily can have a repeat performance of that from the bottom of the 4th yesterday. Again, you mentioned that home run, her 5th on the year. She'll watch for a ball.
Yeah, Bishop now leads the team in home runs after being tied with Fifield and Dietrich until her solo shot yesterday.
One ball, no strikes to the Lopes first baseman. She's 0 for 1 today. She grounded out to Quigley back in the first, which ended the bottom half of that inning for Grand Canyon. She'll watch that one outside. 2 balls and no strikes for Lily Bishop. Two balls, no strikes. There's Bishop fouling one off. All right, into the screen, so Lily will step out with a 2-ball, 1-strike count with 2 away. Again, both hits for Grand Canyon came back in inning number 1. It was Aguilar, Bocage, and Fifield who did it. 2-1 outside, missed. Bishop being patient at the plate, waiting for a pitch that she likes up there. 3 balls and 1 strike. 2 away, bottom 4, no score between Dixie State and Grand Canyon. inside for a strike. And the count now is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three-two on the way. She'll line that one the opposite way, and it's into right field for a base hit. And Lily Bishop's aboard with a single. All 3 Lopes hits have come with 2 outs. And I'll bring in Kristen Bellavia. Christine Bellavia pinch ran yesterday in game number 2. The pinch ran for Kaylee Dietrich and was left aboard the bases.
Now batting for your Lopes, the third baseman, number 26, Savannah Tourville.
Brings up Savannah Tourville. Tourville line the opposite way, off the wall, over the head. Bellavia is going to be waved around third. No play at the plate as it's bobbled by Anders, the cutoff man, and the Lopes have a 1-0 advantage on a RBI double by Savannah Tourville.
Well, we've seen Tourville do great things offensively, defensively for the past 2 games, and now just a great hit there, just a little short of it going over the wall, but bouncing off and allowing the Lopes to get the lead. This is the first time that the Lopes have been able to score first against the Trailblazers.
A 1-run win yesterday in game 2, now with a 1-run lead here in game 3 of this 3-game series. That got just over the head of Crawford and Wright. And then the relay throw, which could have had a close play with Bellavia at the plate, was bobbled in the outfield. Anders couldn't contain it. And it's a 1-0 Lopes lead as Daisy Taloa steps in. It's a 1-ball, no strike count. Tourville's aboard at second. All 4 Lopes hits, 2 outs in each inning. 2 here in the 4th. They had 2 in the 1st with 2 outs, but didn't get anything of it like they have here in this inning. 2 balls, no strikes. First time the Lopes have been able to score against Carissa Burgess on the series. She's pitched very well. Again, the 3-hit complete game shutout yesterday of this Lopes team. Taloa grounded. Anders flipping underhand over to Thompson to end the inning, but not before the Lopes strike first. It's 1-0 thanks to the RBI double from Savannah Tourville. We go to the 5th inning of play. You're watching GCU Softball on GCU TV.
When life seems uncertain, there's one credit union that provides both dollars and cents. Copper State Credit Union. With solutions that focus on our members, you can take advantage of competitive rates, free cashback checking, and local attentive service. Uplifting our community is a standard we live by. That's why thousands of your Arizona neighbors rely on us. Strengthening Arizona families through financial empowerment. That's Copper State Credit Union.
I'm personal injury attorney James Bergener. Accidents can happen. If something happens to you or your family, call me. My firm and I will take you by the hand and guide you through everything. You see, personal injuries are just that. They're personal. You're not a number. You're more than just a name. This is your life. At my firm, each case is professionally and personally tailored to you. So if you've been injured, I've got your back. Call me now for a free consultation.
Ready for inning number 5. Lexi Coons will come back out into the circle for GCU. 4 innings of work under her belt already. Just 2 hits, no runs. She's walked 4 Trailblazer batters and have struck out 2. As we get ready with a 1-0 Lopes advantage here in the top of inning number 5. It'll be 9-1-2 due up for Dixie State. First pitch to Quigley's grounded at Bishop. Over. Bishop diving for the bag, and she gets there to make sure she gets the out.
Well, we talked about how great the Lopes defense played in both games yesterday, and just a great play there by Bishop, trying to take it herself and realizing she wasn't going to get there and diving to the bag and securing out number 1.
Great defensive play by Lily Bishop to make sure that the Lopes got the easy out. Eubanks is now up, the leadoff batter. She's walked and singled today, so she is 1 for 1, as this is her 3rd time in the batter's box today. She is 3rd in the Western Athletic Conference in batting average, entering today at .404. We talked about Gianna Nicoletti being 2nd, so she's sitting just behind her in 3rd place in the top 5 for conference play. That pitch is outside as well. 2 balls, no strikes. Not only does she have a top 5 in that category, she's got a top 5 at number 4 in runs batted in with 26 on the year. She is 10 behind the leader, which is her teammate, Michaela Thompson. She has 36. Coons delivers the 2-0. Missed. 3 balls and no strikes. Goes the count now to Hannah Eubanks off in center field for Dixie State. See if she can get aboard again. She's already been aboard once via the walk. I'm sure Lexi Coons would like to not let her get aboard again. She would be walk number 5 if indeed that's what happens. 3-0 right down the middle. 3 balls and 1 strike now to the center fielder, Hannah Eubanks. As Lexi Coons settles in. Going to take her time here between pitches after throwing that strike. And, of course, Eubanks took that one all the way on the 3-0. Walked on a 3-2 to lead off the game in the first. Here's the 3-1. There's the walk. 2nd walk of the game for Eubanks. 5th for the Lopes pitcher, Lexi Coons, to bring up Shea Clements. So Shea Clements will settle in. She is 0 for 1 today with a walk as well. She was out on the fielder's choice to end inning number 3 after the ground out from Megan Anders. So Clement settles in for the first pitch. It's inside corner for a strike from Lexi Coons. And despite the 5 walks, Lexi Coons has pitched decently well today, and her defense has been solid behind her as well, Cheyenne.
Yeah, as you mentioned, the one thing that's going to be a point here in this game is those 5 walks that Coons has delivered, 2 of them being to Eubanks.
That one's outside, 1-1, and of course, as a pitcher, you never want to walk a batter and let them get aboard via the free pass, but she's only allowed 2 hits today, one to Eubanks and the other to Eldridge, and those came in the 3rd and 4th innings respectively. So in the last 2 innings, Dixie State has been able to register 1 hit in each of those last 2 innings, but nothing coming of that. They were close to scoring in the top of inning number 4, but couldn't get the runners across. They had 2 in scoring position at 3rd and 2nd.
Yeah, the first time today that we saw someone standing on 3rd was from Dixie State, but Lopes defense and pitching staff doing a great job of not allowing runs to come across. And then, of course, first time that Coons is getting to work with a lead here in the top part of the 5th.
It's a 1-0 lead. 2-1 is in the inside part of the plate again. Same spot as the first strike, and the count is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And, of course, the Lopes struck first back in the bottom half of the 4th inning thanks to the RBI double from Savannah Torville, which scored Christine Bellavia all the way from first. She came into pinch run after Bishop reached on the single. 2-2. Inside, just missed. And the count will go full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. This is the second straight at bat for Shea Clements where she has faced a full count. And the last time she walked, that was again in the 3rd inning. 0 for 1 on the day is the catcher, Shea Clements. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the payoff with 1 out. Swung on and missed in the dirt. And Dietrich standing up to throw the ball back is pumped up, trying to get that infield energized. And there's 2 away here in the 5th inning. 3rd strikeout of the day for Lexi Coons. Take another look. Good off speed. Got her swinging as it started at the knees and then just dipped a little bit below at the end for out number 2. Eubanks still standing on first. She represents the tying run here in the 5th inning. First pitch on the way. That's popped up into shallow center field. Pearson coming on to make the grab to retire the side. So the Lopes will stay up 1-0 as Anders pops out to end inning number 5. It's a 1-0 Grand Canyon lead headed to the bottom of the inning when we come back.
How does a chicken sandwich become a Whataburger spicy chicken sandwich? Is it by slathering it in a fiery sauce or adding some crazy hot toppings? Nah. If the chicken in a chicken sandwich wants to be spicy, it has to come from the inside. By marinating it in spices, frying it up, then cooling it off with fresh veggies, all on a new brioche bun. Good thing flavor can come from within. Good thing there's the new limited time spicy chicken sandwich at Whataburger.
Get the best gear to show off your Lope pride. Go to lopeshops.gcu.edu to find everything GCU, from the newest apparel to the coolest accessories. Use promo code GameDay20 today to get 20% off just for being a GCU TV viewer. Log on and get your gear today. And Kyle, as this is our last game, I am going to mention it one more time. You know what you can also get from the Lope Shop?
Gosh, Cheyenne, I just don't know.
Well, of course, you can get GCBC, pick up some cases of Stampede or some K-Cups for your Keurig. It's our last game, Kyle. You knew I had to mention it.
Had to throw it out there, didn't you? A 1-0 Grand Canyon lead going to the bottom of inning number 5. They will send 8, 9, and 1 to the plate. Carissa Burgess has pitched very well for the 2nd straight day and the 2nd time that the Lopes are seeing her. She shut out the Lopes yesterday. And today, just the 1 earned run through 4 innings of work. You see her on the mound right there, and you got to look at Kaylee Dietrich earlier, as Dietrich will be the leadoff batter for the Lopes. She is 0 for 1 this afternoon. Let's see if she can get aboard. First pitch is up high for ball number 1 to start off the bottom of the 5th for the Lopes. No walks and no strikeouts from Carissa Burgess today, Cheyenne. She only walked 2 but struck out 5 yesterday in the 6-inning shutout of the Lopes in Game 1. There's a rip, but well foul from Dietrich, sitting at 2nd on the team in home runs with 4, tied for 4th, or tied for 2nd with 4, I should say.
Yeah, tied with Fifield with 4, and then was tied with Bishop till she got that shot yesterday, as we mentioned.
1-1 in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to the Lopes catcher, and Talking about Carissa Burgess, she is tops in the WAC, or at least ranks in the top 5 in a couple of different categories. She's tied for first with wins with 11. She sits alone at the top with strikeouts, in second with strikeouts with 85. The leader in the WAC has 115. So not a bad start from Carissa Burgess as the count goes 3 balls and 1 strike. She's had a very good season so far and working her way towards the top of the WAC leaderboards. 3-1. She gets her first walk of the game, and Dietrich is aboard. And it looks like we'll get a pinch runner for Kaylee Dietrich. Jordan Pearson will settle in.
Pinch runner now on first base for GCU, number 10,
Araceli Pesquiera will settle in to first base to pinch run for Kaylee Dietrich. As again, Jordan Pearson, the 9 batter, will settle in. Nobody down. Corners of the infield are in. First pitch to Jordan Pearson. She squares to bunt. She offered at it, couldn't lay it down. And it's a no ball, 1 strike count. Still a 1-0 lead for the Lopes. They are looking to get to a 2-game win streak as they won Game 2 yesterday. So now Dixie State's win streak is snapped. They're looking to avoid a 2-game losing streak. Pearson's bunt is popped up and caught by Maletta at third. So there's 1 away. The pinch runner, Pesquera, is back to first base for the Lopes, and that'll turn the lineup over. Gianna Nicoletti, the left fielder, looking for her first hit of the day. She's 0 for 2. Grounded out and popped out.
Yeah, we saw that nice bunt from Nicoletti, but of course ended up hitting her in the box, so had to come back and do it again.
Her bunt is popped up as well. Maletta is there to make the grab, and there's quickly now 2 away on back-to-back bunt attempts from the Lopes. Brings up Tabitha Dyer with 2 down for the Lopes here in inning number 5. It's 1-0. Grand Canyon as it stands right now. They're looking to stay atop the WAC as well. Still sitting in first place right in front of Seattle and New Mexico State. First pitch to Dyer is in for a strike. Dyer 0 for 2 today. She's got a fly out to left field and a ground out to third base in her first 2 at-bats in the first and the third. And now getting her 3rd appearance here in inning number 5. 0-1, up high. Does a good job to watch that one and lay off it, and the count will go 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 away here in the bottom of inning number 5. Pesquera stands at first base for the Lopes. Burgess will deliver. That one's popped out in the left. It's going to get off the wall on a hop. It's going to eat up the left fielder, Eldridge. She'll send one in. Pesquera's coming around to score, and the Lopes are up 2-0.
Yeah, that's a big insurance run for the Lopes there. Dyer just able to get under it and get all of that ball, and then, of course, the fumble there by the right fielder. As we take another look here. Yeah, just a well-hit ball there from Dyer. Eldridge not having the speed to go back and then it rolling off the wall and not able to pick it up, allowing the runner to score.
So that'll bring up Angeli Aguilar-Bocage as Coach Pearson has a word with her next 2 batters. So Bocage is coming to bat. Fifield's on deck. See if the Lopes can extend the inning any more here with 2 outs after picking up a run. Now that's back-to-back RBI doubles with 2 outs and back-to-back innings now for the Lopes. Torville did it in the last inning back in the 4th, and now Dyer does it here in the 5th. And that doubles up the Lopes' lead and extends it to 2-0, as now the Lopes have finally been able to start to get to Carissa Burgess a little bit. Aguilar-Bocage settles in, 1 for 2 on the afternoon. She'll watch the first pitch for a ball. She led off inning number 4 with a ground out to Quigley at short. Singled back in the first, but was stranded at second base. 1-0 on the way. Gets away from Clements. Couldn't quite contain it. And Dyer with some heads-up base running advances to third. Pitch was in for a strike, however, so the count will go 1 ball and 1 strike, but now the Lopes 60 feet from scoring instead of 120 on that last one. That couldn't quite be handled by the Dixie State catcher. 1-1 on the way. Swung on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and both times the Lopes have scored in the last inning and this inning, the runner has been able to come around all the way from first base, so the Lopes, really it's the first time that they've had a runner in scoring position this close.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Kyle, those 2 runs able to score from second or first even, and now the Lopes finally have a runner in third.
1-2's fouled away straight back and out. So the count will remain at a ball and 2 strikes to Anjoli Aguilar-Bocage. And her team's got a 2-0 lead, of course. Anjoli Aguilar-Bocage, the younger sister of Brianna Aguilar, started for the Lopes from 2017 through the 2020 season, so graduated last year. She was one of the aces on this Lopes pitching staff. 1-2. Swung on and missed, and Burgess gets her first strikeout of the day and gets out of it without any more damage done. It is a 2-0 lead after the RBI double from Tabitha Dyer. And the Lopes have a 2-0 lead as we go to the final 2 innings of play. The 6th inning is coming at you on the other side of this break.
Joel Embiid is unhappy.
Like, really unhappy.
Because the internet keeps using not-so-amazing GIFs to react to his amazing highlights. Mountain Dew presents the Joel Embiid Deserves Better Reactions GIF Collection.
Now I'm so happy.
About time we watched it.
Getting ready to trade it in. What are you doing?
Just a little shopping. Wait, a new truck. Don't you think I should be involved?
Of course. We'll head over to Sanderson Ford as soon as I'm done.
I don't have time today. Hope we're going with 4 doors this time.
Ooh, of course. I know exactly what I want. I mean, we want. A lightning blue Ford F-150 Super Crew with EcoBoost.
All done.
Shop from home, buy from home, we deliver. From the dealer you can trust, Sanderson Ford.
Back here, inning number 6, the final 2 innings of play here at the GCU Softball Stadium, and the final time that the Lopes will be home until May the 7th, that weekend, when they will take on Seattle in the WAC Series finale before the WAC tournament. So this is the last time you were going to see the Lopes here at home for quite some time, and they're looking to send off the faithful here with a win before about 3 weeks off, pretty much, before coming back home. They'll go to Tucson and take on Arizona for 2 games in a midweek series next week, and then they'll travel to California Baptist next weekend. The following weekend, they are at Tarleton State, and then we'll be back for Seattle University before going to Seattle for the WAC tournament at the end of the year. Busy schedule for Lopes softball and a very road-dominant second half of WAC play, as the Lopes were here for pretty much the whole month of March leading up to it. They had a 20-game home streak, or home stand, because of all the tournaments they were playing. It just happened to all be here, because who wouldn't want to play softball in Phoenix in February and March?
Could not answer that question for you, Kyle.
I think everybody wants to play
Yeah.
softball in Phoenix in February and March.
I mean, we had now the #1 team, Oklahoma Sooners here.
Baylor was here.
Baylor, Iowa State.
A couple of top 25 opponents that the Lopes had to face. As Michaela Thompson is in the batter's box for Dixie State. It is a 1-1 count to lead us off here in the top half of inning number 6. That one got away from Coons a little bit, and the count is 2-1 strike. And Dixie State right now sitting in 4th place in the WAC standings, but a very, very good softball program history. If you look at this side, their first year of NCAA play was the 06-07 school year, but they started their transition to Division I this past July, so still on that 4 years of probation. Thompson fouls that one off, and it's 2-2. They got 537 wins as a 4-year program that they started back in the 1900s. They went from a 2-year school to a 4-year school, but they got 537 wins entering the season, and you can add 16 more to that total as well. These two teams were also Division II of foes for quite some time in the Pac West. And Dixie State, as that one is swung on and missed by Thompson, a swinging strikeout. Coons is 4th.
Yeah, in their D2 career, the teams met 27 times. Dixie State had a little bit of a dominance against the Lopes in that D2 career. The Lopes having a 4-23 record, but right now in their D1 record, each team 1-1.
Yep, 5-24 are the Lopes' lifetime against Dixie State, dating all the way back to 2008.
Yeah, last time these two teams met before this weekend series in D1 play was back in May of 2013. So, been a little bit of time since these two programs saw each other.
And yesterday's win was the first time that the Lopes have beaten Dixie State since May the 3rd of 2013 at St. George, Utah. That was a 7-4 victory. That's in for a strike. And the count is 0-2 to the designated hitter, Oakley Trapp, who's up now. Dixie State was on a 4-game win streak against the Lopes. They actually ended up pushing it 2-4 yesterday before losing. And, of course, now here in this one in danger of losing back-to-back games against the top team in the WAC. Here's the 0-2 from Lexi Coons to the designated hitter, Oakley Trapp. It's outside. She holds off, and the count is 1-2 strikes. Third time that Trapp has been to the plate today. She struck out in her first at-bat. She walked and was stranded at third, which was the closest Dixie State got to scoring. That was back in inning number 4. Again, another one of the 5 batters that Coons has walked this afternoon. 1-2. One hops in the dirt, and the count is even at 2-2 strikes. And not only is Dixie State a very good program overall, but they have been to 11 consecutive NCAA regional appearances, all Division II, of course, and they were 2015 national champs. Have been to the Women's College World Series 3 times, 09, and then in back-to-back years in 14-15 as the count goes full. 3-2 strikes. 4 Pac West titles, and then switching to the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference last year, in which they won. So 1 RMAC title. That was the 2019 season that they were able to get that. Very storied program for Dixie State. That one's inside in the 6th walk of the game for Lexi Coons, and Oakley Trapp is aboard again in back-to-back plate appearances with a walk. See if Mallory Eldridge can bring her around. Eldridge gets ready to settle in with a 2-0 deficit, a runner on and 1 out here in the top of inning number 6. First pitch to Eldridge is a ball.
Yeah, that RBI from Dyer is definitely going to be a huge thing right now if the Lopes are unable to get out of this inning unsaved, but having that extra insurance run, definitely a helpful thing right now for the Lopes.
Here's the 1-0. Eldridge swings through. It's grounded up the middle. And it will be a base hit. So 2 are aboard with 1 out. Second hit of the game for Eldridge. So we will have a meeting with the infield and Lexi Coons.
That is just the 3rd hit that Coons has allowed. But as we mentioned, those 6 walks that Coons has issued.
Yeah, 6 walks, not something that she'll be happy with at the end of this one. As you take a look on your screen, that's the head coach of Dixie State. That's Randy Simpkins. This is his 13th season, all at Dixie State as a head coach. So his career record is 483 and 138 coming into the season. So if you add 16 more wins and 19 more losses to that, he's got over a 70% win percentage. So, and Dixie State last year when the season was cut short, they were 19-7 last year. So they returned 6 starters from the lineup and 3 pitchers and only lost 3 field players and 1 starting pitcher. So a very, very good Dixie State program that returned a lot of its players from a season ago. So there is something to be said for experience. And in their first Division I season, they're not having a bad year.
No, absolutely not, Kyle. I mean, so we've seen they've been playing great here against the Lopes, and then having those 16 wins on the season, definitely doing well so far. And first season in D1, sitting 4th in their conference.
Yep, right in the middle. And the Lopes had a very good Division I transition as well, as Casey Crawford is settled into the batter's box, and she gets a 1-1 count. You can see in the outfield wall that the Lopes have been regular season champions 2 times in the WAC, and both of those were during the transition, so they weren't eligible for the WAC tournament yet, and those years were 14 and 17 that the Lopes were able to get those WAC regular season titles. Could be on their way to a 3rd, so could be having to update the wall going into next year's. That one's fouled off. A ball and 2 strikes now to Casey Crawford.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would have an issue with updating that wall over there, Kyle.
Absolutely they would not. As the Lopes a couple of seasons ago, they were close to advancing to their first WAC tournament championship game, but New Mexico State walked it off in the bottom of the 9th inning. I think it ended up going 9 here at the GCU softball stadium. So the Lopes still looking for that first NCAA tournament appearance, as that one's outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Lopes also were supposed to host the WAC tournament last year before the season was cut short due to the pandemic. So unfortunately didn't get to see anything happen for the WAC tournament last year. That could have been something.
Would have been back-to-back seasons where the Lopes hosted. It was originally scheduled to be in Kansas City last year before getting moved. That one's ripped into left field all the way to the wall. That might tie this game up. 1 run's going to score. Relay throw is not going to be made, and both runners, Trapp and Eldridge, come across on the RBI double by Casey Crawford. We are tied at 2. First hit of the game for Casey Crawford. And it looks like that's going to do it for Lexi Coons' day. We're going to get a new pitcher for the Lopes. And it looks like it'll be Ryan Denhart. So let's step aside, and we got a 2-2 game in the 6th inning of play. We'll step aside while the new pitcher gets warmed up.
Grand Canyon University, a Christian university, is one of the largest and fastest growing universities in the country. GCU offers 270 dynamic academic programs with modern apartment-style living, classrooms, labs, restaurants, and more. Located in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona, GCU's vibrant community and expansive campus is ranked top 20 for best college campuses in America. My university integrates the free market system with a welcoming Christian worldview perspective into its academic programs and throughout campus life, so you can put your faith into action and help transform communities. GCU campus students received over $157 million in scholarships in 2020, and many students attend GCU for less than the cost of a state university. Visit gcu.edu/myoffer to see the scholarships you qualify for. Admissible high school seniors can schedule a free visit from anywhere in the country. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/myoffer.
A 2 RBI double for Casey Crawford has tied the game in the top of the sixth with one out. The Lopes will get a new pitcher. It will, in fact, be J.C. Hambrick, the freshman from Dewey, Arizona, who won Game 2 yesterday. She pitched 6 1/3, gave up 4 hits, 3 runs. None of them were earned. Walked 4, struck out 6. So Hambrick will come in and look to shut down the rest of the 6th inning so the Lopes can get back to the plate.
Yeah, Hambrick definitely had a great game yesterday against the Trailblazers, looking to repeat that performance and not let anything else come across the plate and allow her team to try and get the lead back in the bottom half of this inning.
So as it stands right now, Coons is going to get a no decision as long as Hambrick can get out of this inning. First pitch strike to Maletta. On the year, Hambrick 6 and 6 with a 4.06 ERA, 3 complete games. This will be her 19th appearance, 81 innings of work, 87 hits, 73 runs, 47 of them earned. She struck out 60 and walked 37, and she's quickly off to an 0-2 count on Miley Maletta. Who did not record a hit against J.C. Hambrick yesterday. Has a chance to give her team the lead. She can bring around a runner, and she'll swing through and didn't quite hold up on her swing. She's out. Strikeout number 1 for J.C. Hambrick. 6 yesterday. She's got 1 here already on the first batter she's faced. Here comes Kirsten Quigley. So Lexi Coons' final line on the day. 5 1/3 innings of work, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 6 walks and 4 strikeouts. There's a strike. 4 straight pitches, 4 straight strikes for J.C. Hambrick. She's coming in ready to fire. See if the Lopes can get back to the plate. They'll have the heart of the order due up 4, 5, and 6. If they can get back up with a tied game, it'll be in a better position for them. That one's fouled away. 0-2 is the count. Quigley 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Popped up to Aguilar Bocage in the 3rd. Grounded out to Lily Bishop on the great play to start us off in the 5th. That saw Lily Bishop diving at the first base bag. 0-2, fouled away. Just getting a piece of that was Kirsten Quigley. Entered the day batting .260 with 20 hits. Only 1 extra base hit. She's got 8 RBIs, looking to add to that total here today. Again, 0 for 2 is Quigley. One of 3 seniors in this starting lineup for Dixie State. 0-2 is fouled off on the off speed. No, they'll say she's out. She was out of the box. That's going to do it for inning number 6. We are tied back up at 2 apiece as we head to the bottom half of inning number 6. We'll be right back. This is GCU Softball on GCU TV.
When life seems uncertain, there's one credit union that provides both dollars and cents. Copper State Credit Union. With solutions that focus on our members, you can take advantage of competitive rates, free cashback checking, and local attentive service. Uplifting our community is a standard we live by. That's why thousands of your Arizona neighbors rely on us. Strengthening Arizona families through financial empowerment. That's Copper State Credit Union.
At Tire Pros, we know your time is valuable.
And spending time with family and friends is what really matters.
Our customers are the core of our business.
That's why we make buying tires and auto service hassle-free.
Our certified technicians will keep your car running smoothly.
So you can spend your time the way that you want.
Find a convenient location near you at TirePros of Arizona.com.
Hassle-free guaranteed.
Well, before we get to the Lopes heart of the order at the plate, let's take a look at the GCU upcoming schedule.
So we have baseball currently going on, up 3-0 over Northern Colorado, and then they have their second game of their doubleheader at 5 o'clock tonight, and then play the final game against NCU on Sunday at 5. And then women's soccer will be hosting the WAC tournament here on the campus of Grand Canyon University on the 13th. Wish those ladies a lot of luck as they clinched their number 3 seed yesterday after winning.
Fifield popped up here and to start inning number 6, the bottom half. She's retired. Now bring up Lily Bishop, who singled and started the scoring for the Lopes as Bellavia pinch ran for her, came around to score on the Torville RBI double. And, of course, men's soccer plays tonight in their regular season finale, looking to lock up the number 1 seed.
Yeah, playing against UNLV before UNLV hosts the WAC tournament in Vegas.
First pitch to Bishop misses inside.
Men's soccer, just one of 2 undefeated and untied teams. Number 15, GCU men's soccer.
Bishop looking to get aboard again. 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Two balls and no strikes from Burgess to the Lopes first baseman.
Well, Kyle, the Lopes are 5 for 21 on the day, but all of their hits have come with 2 outs. Lopes are 5 for 10, hitting a even 500 with 2 outs.
Lopes have only struck out 1 time as well this afternoon. 2-1 is off speed and it missed up high.
Nice work by Bishop, not being fooled by the off-speed. We saw some really good off-speed pitches from Burgess yesterday, and Bishop taking some of those and striking out yesterday in game number 1.
Talking things over with the home plate umpire. Not sure that any changes have been made just yet. Would be a little surprised if Burgess came out at this point after her team just tied it up. "3-1 is the count to Lily Bishop. Here is the 3-1. Bishop. Anders can't handle it. She'll throw over, and it's just in time. Anders gets the out after she lost it out of her glove. Couldn't quite squeeze it on the initial attempt.
Number 26, the third baseman, Savannah Tourville.
Torville doubled her last time up. She will step in with 2 outs. She'll watch the off-speed in for a strike. 1 for 2 today is Savannah with the RBI on the 2-out double all the way to that right field wall.
They recorded the first RBI of the day for the Lopes.
That one's going to just get down in front of Eldridge in left. And Torvild's aboard, the 6th hit of the day for the Lopes, all with 2 outs. I'm just thinking at this point the Lopes should just start with 2 outs.
Yeah, honestly, Kyle. Lopes now 6 for 11, 545 percentage with 2 outs.
Brings up Daisy Taloa. 0 for 2 today with a pair of ground outs, 1 to short, 1 to second. She's got Torville aboard at first base. See if the Lopes can take the lead going into the top of the 7th inning. Taloa watches for a ball.
Saw some power from Taloa in her at-bats earlier, hitting well-hit balls, just getting them foul and looking for her to get her first hit of the day and try and give the Lopes the lead once again.
Taloa swings and misses at that pitch, and it's a 1-1 count. If Taloa is retired here, the bottom of the 7th would see the Lopes with the 8, 9, and 1 batters. 1-1's outside. They've been pitching Taloa outside all day long. Two-one. Taloa checks her swing but made contact and fouls it off, and the count is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Two-two. Taloa ground ball. Maleta on to second for Anders. And it's in time for out number 3. To the 7th inning we go, tied at 2 apiece.
Grand Canyon University, a Christian university, is one of the largest and fastest growing universities in the country. GCU offers 270 dynamic academic programs with modern apartment-style living, classrooms, labs, restaurants, and more. Located in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona, GCU's vibrant community and expansive campus is ranked top 20 for best college campuses in America. My university integrates the free market system with a welcoming Christian worldview perspective into its academic programs and throughout campus life, so you can put your faith into action and help transform communities. GCU campus students received over $157 million in scholarships in 2020, and many students attend GCU for less than the cost of a state university. Visit gcu.edu/myoffer to see the scholarships you qualify for. Admissible high school seniors can schedule a free visit from anywhere in the country. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/myoffer.
Inning number 7 as Hambrick will come out for her first full inning of work, trying to keep the score locked at 2 apiece. It'll be a tough one for her to do that, as it's Eubanks, Clements, and Anders, 1, 2, and 3 due up for the Dixie State Trailblazers. And if you're Dixie State, this is exactly who you want to be at the plate.
Well, yeah, Kyle, Eubanks, as we mentioned, all game long, perfect in game number 1, only retired once yesterday in game number 2, but that retirement was off a pitch from Hambrick. That shot right there to Torville in the hot corner. But the only Lopes pitcher to be able to retire Eubanks is currently in the circle.
Eubanks perfect today, 1 for 1 with a single. She's also been aboard in her other 2 at-bats. She's got a pair of walks. Starts out with a 1-0 count after the first pitch from Hambrick to start off the 7th. That's fouled away. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count now to Hannah Eubanks, the center fielder. Leads this team in batting average. Sits 3rd in the Western Athletic Conference in batting average as well. One. In for a strike. One ball, 2 strikes to the leadoff batter, Hannah Eubanks, who will also be leading off this inning, trying to get aboard for the 4th time today, either via the walk or a hit. One, 2, grounded. Pearson, it just can't get it as it's bounced over her glove. And Eubanks is aboard a leadoff single.
Eubanks will stay perfect on the day, and that's just the 5th hit that the Lopes pitching staff has allowed.
Brings up Shea Clements. Squares the bunt. Couldn't lay it down as it goes foul. Clements 0 for 2 on the afternoon. A strikeout, a pop out, and a walk that saw her get thrown out on the fielder's choice at second base. Eubanks just has 1 stolen base on the year, 1 for 2 on stolen base attempts. Squared to bunt, throw was up high. Count is now even at a ball and a strike. One. Clements thought it hit her.
Yeah, very convincing performance there from Clements. Just trying to run and take her base, thinking she was hit, but home plate umpire not falling for it.
2-1 goes the count. Up high. 3 balls and a strike. Nobody down here in the top of inning number 7. Eubanks stands at first base after the leadoff single for Dixie State. Three-one. Bunts laid down by Clements. Torville picks it up, throws to first. It's in time. So the Lopes do get 1, but Eubanks advances into scoring position at second base.
Number 24, the second baseman, Megan Anders.
Yeah, it was a good bunt there from Dixie State, being able to get it just kind of fall only a couple feet in front of her. But Lopes getting the short out at first with Pearson covering the bag.
Brings up Hannah Eubanks for Dixie State. Swings at the first pitch, right back at Hambrick. Hambrick spins, fires to first in timeout number 2. Lopes 1 out away now from keeping this thing deadlocked at 2 apiece.
Yeah, you saw Hambrick turn, look at second to see Eubanks standing there a little bit off the bag, but decided to get that sure out at first, and Lopes now just 1 away from coming back up to the plate.
That'll bring up the WAC RBI leader with 36, Michaela Thompson.
Thompson is 0 for 3 on the day. Her last appearance back in the 6th was a strikeout.
has flown out to right and flown out to center so far today to go along with that strikeout that led off the 6th inning. Lopes have had just one 1-2-3 inning today. That came all the way back in inning number 2. Fouled away and count is even at a ball and a strike. One is outside. Count is now 2 balls and a strike. So yesterday we saw Hambrick go 6 1/3, and Coons come in and finish what Hambrick started. Today we're going to get the inverse of that. 5 1/3 for Alexi, and Hambrick has come in and has pitched almost 1 2/3 innings complete now. Hambrick would be in line for the win. That's a high fly ball. That's deep, and that is gone. Home run number 11 for Michaela Thompson.
Well, you mentioned it, Kyle. She is the WAC leader in RBIs and just picked up some more there after that home run.
Oakley trap is due up.
First time today that Dixie State now has the lead, and good time for them to get it if you're Dixie State.
Grounded back up the middle, and this inning will continue. Single for Trap. That is her first hit of the day. Brings up Eldridge. Was the 11th home run for Thompson on the season. She leads her team and is second in the WAC in that, or now tied for first in the WAC in that category. First pitch is a strike to Mallory Eldridge. She has 2 hits on the day, 2 for 3. Both of her hits have come in her last 2 appearances in the 4th and the 6th inning. Both singles. Right at Bishop, she dropped it. And the inning continues.
Yeah, that one hit softly to Bishop, but not able to keep her grip on the ball to get the final out for this inning. So both runners on base safely. So one runner in scoring position in Trap on first and Trap on second in scoring position and Eldridge on first.
Casey Crawford, who had a 2 RBI double back in the 6th, she will come back up to the plate. She'll foul off the first pitch from Hambrick. Casey Crawford 1 for 2 with a walk today. She was caught stealing back in the 2nd and grounded out in the 4th. Doubled with 2 RBIs in the last inning to either side. That's in for strike 2. 0-2 with 2 outs and 2 on, fouled off. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 aboard. Runner in scoring position with a 2-run lead. For Dixie State, it's 4-2. Lopes will have a chance in the bottom of the 7th to tie or win the game. Oh, 2. Couldn't get her to chase.
Dietrich trying to frame that one up there, but all day today, the home plate umpire has not been taking those.
One, 2. Gets past Dietrich, and now some runners caught. Throw down to third, not in time.
Yeah, you see a little bit of confusion there, and Trapp decides to continue her run, and the throw from Dietrich not in time. So runners on the corners now for a Dixie State with a 2-2-2 count.
Fouled off. Count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two runs on 3 hits and an error in the inning for Dixie State has given them a 4-2 advantage thanks to the home run. Two again. Up high, counts full. Payoff pitch. She walked Crawford, and the bases are loaded. Miley Maleta, the third baseman, 0 for 2 this afternoon. She will stand in with 2 outs. Fouled off on the first one. Maleta in the third was out on a batter interference. She was out of the box when she made contact with the ball. Was pinch hit for in the 4th, and then in the 6th, she struck out. One. Grounded. Angeli Aguilar-Bocage on to first. It's in time, and the Lopes are going to come to bat in the bottom of inning number 7 with a 2-run deficit. See if they can come back, tie the game, or win it in the bottom of inning number 7.
From reimagining the way you work to reassessing what you need, you've changed the way you do business. And now, so have we. With no annual contracts and flexible internet and voice solutions, you'll have what you need to get back to business. Rethink, reconnect, reimagine. Switch to Cox Business today.
At Raising Cane's, we know quality takes time, patience, and the best ingredients, which is why every chicken finger we serve is hand battered and cooked to order just for you. We never take shortcuts. That doesn't mean you can't. Introducing an even faster and easier way to order Cane's with our new app. Find your closest restaurant, customize your meal, pay, and schedule pickup. So next time, take it easy and order with the Raising Cane's app.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Inning number 7 saw a 2-run home run for Thompson, and Dixie State get a 4-2 lead. Lopes have 3 outs to tie the game or win it here in the bottom of inning number 7. They will send Dietrich, Pearson, and Nicoletti. That is 8, 9, and 1 to the plate, at least for now. We'll see if Coach Pearson will pull off the bench, if anyone. So the senior catcher will lead us off in the bottom of inning number 7. She walked and came around to score in her last plate appearance in inning number 5. She is 0 for 1 this afternoon.
Looks like in the on-deck circle to be Isabel Gerke to come up after Kaylee Dietrich.
Burgess still out on the mound, or in the circle for Dixie State. First pitch is a ball. Fly ball, center field. Hugh Banks, 1 out. Isabella Gerke, number 7, will pinch hit for Jordan Pearson in the 9 spot. See what she can get done here and get a board for Gianna Nicoletti, who will be followed by Tabitha Dyer.
Hitting for GCU, number 7, Isabella Gerke.
Gerke ground ball first pitch right at Quigley on to Thompson. There's 2 away.
Well, Kyle, as we said in the last inning, Lopes should almost start their games with 2 outs. All of their hits have come when the Lopes have had 2 outs.
Number 24, Gianna Nicoletti.
So coming into the series, the Lopes led the WAC in runs scored. Well, now Dixie State leads the conference in runs scored with 177, the Lopes at 165. Those 11 runs yesterday in Game 1 really helped that stat category out. Nicoletti takes the first one for a ball up high. She's going to square to bunt. She'll pull back. Watch it down the middle for a strike. One is the count. One just a little bit low. 2 balls and a strike to Gianna Nicoletti. In for a strike. Last strike for the Lopes. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Lopes leadoff batter and the left fielder, Gianna Nicoletti. Lopes just 12-16 here at home. Dixie State 4-4 on the road. 2-2. Ground ball right at first. Flip on to second. Is just in time. And that will end the ball game. It is Dixie State 4, Grand Canyon 2. As Dixie State wins the series 2-1 and wins the first and third of the series.
Yeah, Kyle, of course, that big game changer is that 2-run home run back in the top of the 7th. Lopes just not able to come back with the answer after leading the game since the 4th. But overall, Lopes did well. 3 hits more than they had against Bridges yesterday, only having 3, so doubled that. And then, of course, as we mentioned, all of those hits for the Lopes came with 2 outs. So while the Lopes were able to get things done, if they could have done it a little earlier when they had a few more outs to work with, could have been beneficial for the team here today.
So Burgess, her second complete game of the series. This time she has to go the full 7. 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned, walked 1, struck out 1, gave up 2 extra base hits. Lexi Coons gets the loss. She went 5 1/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 6 walks, 4 strikeouts, and faced 25 Dixie State Trailblazers. It was the 2-run home run from Michaela Thompson that was the difference ultimately in this one. The 2-run homer in the top of the 7th inning finished off the Lopes in the 4-2. As you take a look at the Commonwealth Insurance final game stats, you can see Dixie State with more hits and runs than the Lopes. They left more batters on, and they hit 259. The Lopes just 222 as a team. But like you mentioned, Cheyenne, a better outing for the Lopes offense against Carissa Burgess today. They did double up their hits and picked up a couple of runs as well. The Lopes fall to 16-21 on the year, 5-4 in Western Athletic Conference play. Dixie State moves on to 17-19 on the year, 5-4 as well in Western Athletic Conference action. Well, this is the last time the Lopes will be at home until May the 7th and 8th when they will take on Seattle University. So a little bit of a longer layoff here at home. They'll have 3 straight road series, 2 against Arizona, 3 at California Baptist, and 3 at WAC newcomer Tarleton State before returning back home a week before the WAC tournament. Well, Cheyenne, this is it for us. Is there anything you want to say?
No, not that I can think of, Kyle. Just glad to be able to have a full season this year and able to see what the Lopes have been able to do. Of course, hopefully they can come back and keep their first-ranked spot by the end of the season.
Final softball home broadcast for the two of us, Cheyenne. It has been a pleasure working with you for the past 2 years. Very nice to have a full season despite it being a somewhat of a weird season, but nonetheless, it's nice to have softball back here on campus. And we want to remind you that you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/GCU. Download the Lope Nation app so you can watch all the live streams from your mobile device. Again, Lopes back at home May the 7th to take on Seattle University in a 3-game series on the 7th and 8th of May. For our wonderful GCU TV crew, for Cheyenne Rose, I am Kyle Borg saying have a great rest of your day, a great rest of your weekend, and as always, go Lopes.